The news, good evening. Another meeting to discuss the economic impact of the COVID-19 pandemic was held this morning at State House. President Danifo presided over the meeting that brought together different ministries and the private sector. Present were representatives of the Ministry of Tourism, Finance and the Department of Employment, amongst others. Representatives of the Central Bank were also present and delivered a presentation about a line of credit to help businesses which are in economic difficulty as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. The chairman of the Seychelles Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Oliver Bastien, says the association understands that the government's main priority is to make sure that Seychellois workers remain in their jobs or seek new employment. 3 more repatriation flights of stranded Seychellois and their families and members of the diplomatic corps are expected between tomorrow and next Monday. The scheduled flights will come from Doha, South Africa and Mauritius. Meanwhile, the Public Health Authority and the Department of Foreign Affairs are finalizing plans to repatriate some 250 Seychellois nationals who are stranded in about 29 countries, mostly European countries, as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Following last weekend's repatriation flight from the UAE, which brought in 19 people, 8 are being quarantined at the Berjaya Bovalong Beach Resort, while 11 others, comprising a diplomat and his family members, are in quarantine at their house. During today's press conference, the Public Health Commissioner, Dr. Jude Gédéon, said that the pandemic is not showing signs of abating yet, with over 8 million positive cases recorded so far and over 437,000 deaths.
We have many opportunities for the virus to enter the country again, either through our airport or seaport. There are many activities going on. We are working hard to maintain the risk to the lowest level possible and to manage the people who are coming in to ensure that if we do pick up a case, we can detect it early and contain it early. Several repatriation flights are being conducted. One was done on Saturday. There's another one planned for the 17th from Doha, and 18th from South Africa, and 23rd from Mauritius. And these passengers are Seychellois, or people who are married to Seychellois with a family here, and diplomatic mission. We have had several applications for private yachts and planes. So far, we have 12 private yachts have been approved and 3 private planes.
President Danifo has appointed a commission to inquire into certain financial matters raised in a Supreme Court hearing concerning the winding up of the former Plantation Club. The establishment of the commission was recommended by Chief Justice Matilda Toomey in her ruling on the 16th of October last year, liquidator. President Faure appointed the commission yesterday after Justice Toomey had expressed her displeasure about the fact that he had not set up the commission almost 8 months after the ruling. That was in a hearing in the same case earlier this month. President Faure has appointed Justice Francis McGregor, the former president of the Court of Appeal, as chairperson of the Commission of Inquiry. The 2 other members of the commission are the Auditor General, Gamini Herath, and the Chief Executive Officer of the Anti-Corruption Commission, May De Silva. The commission has 6 months to do its inquiry and submit its report to the President. The member of the National Assembly for Montbuxton, Gervais Henry, has returned to the Assembly following his suspension last week. Mr. Henry was asked to leave the premises on the National Assembly after he refused to apologize after being ordered to do so by the Speaker. It followed the publication in Le Seychellois Hebdo of an article on statements made by the leader of government business, Charles de Commarmont. Mr. Doucourmamo said his privilege had been affected. The Speaker ruled that the article contained the author's personal statements, which could have distorted what Mr. Doucourmamo said. In resuming his sit this morning, Mr. Henry pledged his continued support and respect to the Speaker as a colleague and as a member of the same party. The leader of the opposition has called on the Minister for Habitat, Land and Infrastructure to temporarily order a halt on construction work on a proposed self-catering establishment at Côte d'Or on Praslin. Mr. Wavell Ramkalawan made the appeal in a private notice question to Minister Pamela Charlotte this morning in the National Assembly. He said there had been reports of corruption without elaborating, and he feared that the country might end up with the same problem that happened at La Misère, where taxpayers are still having to pay large sums of money as a result of badly planned construction work. Minister Charlotte said she couldn't understand why the issue has been brought before the Assembly and questioned whether all jobs approved by the Planning Authority will, in future, have to be brought before the National Assembly. The Seychelles Fire and Rescue Services Agency dealt with 3 fires in the past 3 days. On Saturday, there was a fire at the Constance Lemuria Hotel on Praslin. This was mainly in the main electrical panel, and the situation was high risk because there were many electric cables, but after PUC cut off power, they managed to contain the fire and put it out completely. The next fire was reported last night around 6 p.m. in a corrugated iron 2-bedroom house. The house was completely destroyed, and earlier this morning there was a fire in a house at Les Mamelles. Only a part of the roof has been burnt off, and the inhabitants managed to put out the fire before the fire brigade arrived on scene. And with this, we end this news summary. Thank you for watching. Have a pleasant evening.